Honestly, this weekend has got me thinking of some movies might overperform or underperform. I truly don't have a clue this weekend. Chase Lehocky here with the Blue Futon, going over the box office predictions of what's the days? It will be the 20th to the 22nd of June, and there are three wide releases that I am looking at right now: Bright Hard, Elio, and 28 Years Later. So let's talk about Bright Hard. It ain't gonna do shit. I'm sorry, Bright Hard is gonna flop at the box office. Terrible trailer. It's gonna underperform to the underperformings. Elio, I was thinking it's a Disney Pixar. It can't do that bad. But then you're looking at the projections and tracking. You're like, what the hell is going on here? Then 28 years later is tracking gargantuously. So the question is 28 years later going to be like overperform and Elio might come out of nowhere? Or is Elio just going to be like a stinker because you still have Lilo and Stitch, even though it's been out for close to a month now? How to Train Your Dragon came out last weekend, and Elio is a $300 million production budget with three directors and script rights to the freaking galore. Anyway, I just played volleyball, and we did not win, so I'm a little bit butthurt. Anyway, how it did last weekend, there's a little bit of surprises overall. Number 5 was actually Ballerina. It dropped way harder than what people thought. I was thinking 12 million. It did 9.7. That is a hard drop. And that means Mission Impossible was number 4 with a 31% drop with 10.5. That's pretty damn incredible. I was thinking 8.2. Number 3, I got it right, but not the number. 15 million. I was thinking it was actually 12 million. Lilo and Stitch, I was thinking 16.5. It dropped a little bit worse with 15.7. And I did pretty good with How to Train Your Dragon. I was guessing 82.2. It was actually 84.6. Yes, it's in the over $1 million range. I'll take it, but it is what it is. But this is going to be a very, 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 very interesting weekend because how little Mission Impossible dropped. The question is that the 28 years later crowd? Or will Mission Impossible drop more because of that? Will the materialists hold strong because there's no other chick flick on the market? Even though when looking at the audience score, it's a lot lower than the critic score you have there. And like I said before, how will How to Train Your Dragon drop with Elio? Will that even make a dent in it because you also have Lilo and Stitch? Will Lilo and Stitch drop harder because of Elio? And like I said, will 28 years later just overperform or do in the mid 40-ish like it's going to guess? So if I'm going with the same drop for Mission Impossible, that's 7.2. If I'm going with around a 45-ish% drop for the materials, that's a 7.2. But I'm going to go with materials with 7.2 just for the fact I think Mission Impossible and 28 years later, I'm not going to say they're the same crowd, but I think there will be enough to pull off that crowd. And since there are no chick flicks out there, I think the materials will hold pretty good. So 7.2. Here's the thing, though. I'm going Lilo and Stitch with number 4 with 8.7. The issue I'm having with this is, can this underperform more because it dropped 51% last week, and of course, How to Train Your Dragons, but can Materialists hold 30-35%? If that's the case, Materials will be number 4, and Lilo and Stitch will be number 5, but I'm going to keep Lilo and Stitch at 8.7, but I'm a little bit nervous with having those 3 kids' movies back to back to back. Number 3, I'm going with Elio with 30 million. If I'm reading the tracking right, it's going between 27 and 32. People are comparing this to Good Dinosaur and Elemental, and I think one more, which I can see that. You can't compare it to Inside Out 2 because that had something behind it, and Elio is a new property, and I think the abduction thing is a little bit awkward, but I think 30 million is fine. How to Train Your Dragon will be number 2 with 38.5. I think I chose 55% drop because of Elio. I don't see it going under 60% because a lot of people are really liking this movie. So I think 55% drop is a solid bet. So I think second place for that will go there. I'm still shocked that 28 years later will be number 1 in the box office this weekend. I'm shocked. But when you look at the budget between Days, Week, and Years, Days was 8 million, I think. 6 to 8 million. Weeks was 10 million. This is 75 million. That's a gargantuous budget increase. I know because Danny Boyle is that, and you're shooting on an iPhone. So if you're shooting on an iPhone, how is it $75 million? Anywho's a Magoos. The question is it going to crack that $50 million? And I am going with 50.5. I'm going it's going to barely crack it. I think it will overperform just a little bit. So that's why I'm going with 50.5 for 28 years later. Quick recap-a-roos. Number 5, Material 7.2. Number 4, Lilo and Stitch 8.7. Number 3, Elio 30 mil. Number 2, How to Train Your Dragon 38.5. And number 1, 28 years later, 50.5. Chase out here with the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. One of these Futontopia. You Blue Futonians. Thank you for watching. A great day. I'll watch this today, tomorrow, a week from now, a month, and a year from now. Let's go freaking one of you. Peace and love. Peace and love. And let me know if I'm just crazy in the membrane or I'm on the mark. I'm on the mark.